Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pickdawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. If you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily Bank Shot best bet in college hoops, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Tuesday in college basketball. First up, we've got Boston University taking on Penn State. This one is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. Now, I took Penn State in that last game against Providence, and I liked Penn State going into that game, even though their last performance against Harvard wasn't the sharpest. I liked their chances against the Friars, but I did not like what I saw in that game against Providence. It was a 12-point win for Providence, and honestly, I am a little bit concerned from Penn State going forward, and this is a tough matchup here. Laying a lot of points against an experienced team like Boston, team that returned about half of its minutes from last season. They also have some really talented freshmen like Chance Gladden, who has been arguably their best player. And a Boston team, it's a good three-point shooting team, a good offensive team in general, pretty good defensive rebounding team. They're disciplined defensively. They played a mix of teams, a mix of styles, and a tough schedule. 3 true road games already this year against Northeastern, Northwestern, and Columbia. And I think that Boston has enough in this one to keep this game close. If not, maybe pull off a potential upset here. I think this is going to be a close game. I'm going to take Boston University plus the points in this one. Next up, we've got Coppin State and Rider. This one is 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Now, obviously, a game on paper that doesn't seem too exciting, but we're not looking for entertainment value. We're looking for betting value, and I think we have it here with Coppin State plus the points. Rider has played a tougher schedule. They are, considered right now in terms of the KenPom ratings the better team, and they're the steep favorite. But I honestly think this line should be closer to a pick'em. These are two miserable offensive teams. I mean, Rider's ranked 365th, dead last in effective field goal percentage, 364th in two-point field goal percentage. Coppin State ranked 364th in adjusted offensive efficiency, two of the worst offensive teams in Division I. The defenses have been hit or miss to start the year. They played really tough teams, so naturally you're going to give up a lot of points. But for me, I mean, Coppin State, that we've seen them play competitive ball at times this year. The cover against Maryland, where it was actually a competitive game with about 10 minutes to go in the second half. They played a competitive game at James Madison, a neutral site against South Alabama. Again, these two teams have one win each, and both of them were against subdivision opponents. But for that reason, I don't think that Rider should be a giant favorite or a steep favorite in this game. I think Coppin State also playing with revenge in this one, losing to Rider last year. I think this is going to be a game. It's going to be an ugly watch, but a game that's decided by a possession. And I think that Coppin State is a live dog in this one. So I'm going to take the points with the Coppin State Eagles on the road. Next up, we've got Mississippi Valley State taking on Texas A&M. This one is 8 p.m. Eastern on SEC Network Plus. Now, I think this game's going to look similar to the matchup between A&M and Texas Southern on November 6th, but I think it's going to be an even uglier final score and a win and cover for Texas A&M here. Mississippi Valley State is one of the weaker three-point shooting teams in the country. They don't take a lot of threes, and they're ranked right now 342nd in three-point percentage. That's a problem because A&M's defense is really solid against two-point shooting, but does give up a lot of points via the three-point shot. They're right now ranked 350th in three-point defense, but I don't think the Delta Devils can take advantage of that in this matchup, and I think A&M is going to force a lot of tough shots, a lot of turnovers, 20-plus turnovers I expect, maybe even 25-plus turnovers in this game. They should also be very strong on the glass. And then A&M offensively, fast-paced enough to get enough possessions to win this game by margin. They're a good shooting team, especially from two-point range, but they also they score a lot of their points via three-point shots, and that's a problem for Mississippi Valley State's defense. I think A&M wins this game, but I think it's going to be an ugly one. I'm going to lay the points with the Aggies, and because of those 4 straight covers for the Delta Devils, we can get a decent price, believe it or not, with A&M as the big favorite. Next up, we've got Iowa and Ole Miss. This one's 9:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Now, both of these teams are 5-0, and they've both played very weak schedules. You got Iowa ranked 357th in strength of schedule, Ole Miss ranked 335th. But for me, I think Iowa is better equipped for a neutral site game like this because they basically took the entire roster or most of the roster from Drake last year with Ben McCollum and took it over to Iowa. And this is a team that's dangerous in the Big Ten, in my opinion, this season. I mean, Drake was a tournament team last year, had one of the best regular season records of any team in Division One, and now Iowa's off to a great start, especially offensively this season. They're a great shooting team, number 1 in 2-point shooting, number 2 overall in effective field goal percentage. I don't think Ole Miss can keep up with Iowa for 40 minutes in a neutral site game. Like I said, Ole Miss is an impressive 5-0, but their most impressive win was against a Memphis team that you could argue is going to be, having a rough season. I mean, Memphis is 1-4 to start the year. They've lost a couple of close games. They covered for it against Purdue, but I think that Ole Miss, like I said, pretty inexperienced team. They only returned about 15% of their production from last year's roster. I think that Iowa has a big upper hand in a neutral site game like this. I think if these teams met again later in the season or in the NCAA tournament, could be a different story. But I like Iowa in this matchup. I think they win this game by margin. I'm going to take the Hawkeyes. Next up, we've got UCLA and Cal. This one is 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Now, we're used to seeing these teams play against each other every season, usually twice or more per year. But because of the move to UCLA to the Big Ten and Cal to the ACC, they didn't play against each other last year. Nice to see this rivalry go again here in 2025. I think Cal is a dangerous team. I think they're going to be a volatile team in the ACC. Pull off a couple of upsets, not necessarily be dangerous enough to win the conference or be at the top half of it, but their offense is strong enough to pull off some upsets, like I said, and I think we're going to see a pretty good performance here from the Cal offense in this one. Cal is a good shooting team, 40th ranked in effective field goal percentage. Shot quality wise, their offense is really strong, taking a lot of high percentage looks. The defense is an issue, that's for sure. We saw it against Kansas State. Their one step-up game, giving up 99 points in that 3-point loss on the road. But for me, UCLA, while they're a strong defensive program, I still think they have a lot of question marks offensively. We saw in their one step-up game against Arizona, only scoring 65 points in that loss at the neutral site. Their offense was able to score some good numbers against teams like Presbyterian and Pepperdine, but now you're facing Cal. I think that Cal could be too much offensively for UCLA for 40 minutes, and we're getting a really good price here with the Cal Bears. I'm going to take Cal at the neutral site in this one plus the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Tuesday in college hoops. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.